Ooh, shaky camera. Got an earthquake here. Just kidding. Major Bowman. More tournament battles, you know the drill. This is another quarterfinal in our tournament, the top 8, between LightningSphere on the bottom and greenbay924 up on top. This is actually, like I said, all these rounds are going to be 2 out of 3 battles. This is battle number 3. They had a really close battles the first 2 times, both decided by 1 Pokemon. LightningSphere won battle 1 and the Green Bay won the second battle. So here we got the rubber match, deciding factor. We've gone LightningSphere's team or Justice's team. All these Pokemon are powerhouses. Azumarill and Scizor, both really powerful physical attackers. Rotom is tricky because it can either go defensive, it can go especially defensive. You could run it with a Scarf or Specs. A lot of them have gone physically defensive this generation because Pokemon like Talonflame and Aegislash were running around in the early parts of the metagame, and Rotom was a great answer to them with its typing and Will-O-Wisp and whatever. And so there's a good chance this one's defensive just because everyone else in his team is so offensive. Excadrill, Salamence, Tyranitar, all very powerful as well. I'm thinking Scizor might be his Mega, although Tyranitar could. We'll see. Up on Green Bay's team, Tyranitar, Haxorus, Azumarill, Garchomp, and Gengar, again, all very offensive Pokemon. This is going to be a hyper-offense battle. Then he's got Mega Aggron, which is a defensive wall. Its defense is incredible, and with Filter, it's going to not take much damage from physical attacks. Its special defense is still pretty low, so he'll probably look to exploit that. Justice will, but his really only special attacker is Rotom, unless he's running a special Salamence, which you really only see in doubles, which is my field of expertise, which is why I'm not in these top 8. But more on that later, maybe. I don't know. So let's just start the battle. Leads off with Aggron. Probably going to get that Mega off right away. And this is a good matchup against an Azumarill. Aggron really needs to be in its Mega form to take a hit, otherwise it's got some pretty crippling weaknesses. Azumarill with Aqua Tail is interesting. It's a little bit more powerful than Waterfall, but it is less accurate and it doesn't have the flinch chance. Aggron goes straight for the Iron Head, which is going to be neutral because of his Fairy type. Azumarill's Fairy type now. I personally would have gone for Stealth Rocks if he had them, but I guess he might not. This is a bad matchup for Aggron, obviously. So he's going to recall him and send out Gengar. Just an interesting choice. Gengar does not want to take a hit from Rotom, but luckily the Hydro Pump misses and he can get off a Dazzling Gleam. Thinking maybe he was predicting a switch into something else, because Shadow Ball would have done more damage, but Rotom's Hydro Pump easily knocks out Gengar. At this point I'm thinking it might be Specs, because I'm not sure if a defensive Rotom could knock out Gengar in one hit with a Hydro Pump. Switches out, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually Specs now, because defensive Rotom would have stayed in, and Will-O-Wisp. Haxorus gets off the Dragon Dance, which is scary. In Gen 5, Choice Band Haxorus could 2-hit KO every Pokemon except Skarmory and Fortress, which is scary. Azumarill goes for an Aqua Jet just to get some damage off, and Haxorus shows Poison Jab, which is a good coverage move now. The Dragon-type moves do not affect Fairies at all. Poison Jab gives super effective coverage there. Scizor comes in. Apparently isn't his Mega, so I guess it is Tyranitar. Gets off an Earthquake, which does some good damage, but just barely misses the 1-hit KO. Scizor can get a Swords Dance off. It's going to do some good damage with Bullet Punch here. And it is enough to knock it out. So that's a stop to Haxorus sweep right there. Aggron comes in. Again, a physical wall is not going to take much damage from Scizor. He just U-turns out of there. Gets some damage off. Yeah, plus it does a little bit. It does a little bit of damage. It's not bad. Brings in Rotom again, which is a good switch. Iron Head is double resisted by Rotom. It's the water and electric. Aggron, it could have... No, it can't take a hit from Rotom. Its special defense is just so bad. And the Will-O-Wisp. Maybe it's not Specs. Or maybe it is Specs and it's got Trick. And it's got Will-O-Wisp for after it tricks Specs away or something. But Azu's going to Belly Drum here. So he'll basically cancel out the burn and then some. Because the burn halves attack and at +6, which Belly Drum gives you, it's times 4. So his attack is still doubled even with the burn. So he's still going to do some good damage. Aqua Jet, even though it's resisted, it is definitely enough to kill Rotom from that range. So now we've got a doubled attack Azumarill with a priority move. This can be a threat. Scizor is faster than Azumarill, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So his Bullet Punch is going to be able to get off. Barely misses the kill there, but this burn damage is probably going to kill it this turn, and if not, definitely next turn. Yeah. Barely hangs on there. Tyranitar comes in, so I suppose this is going to be his Mega since Scizor wasn't. Here we go. Mega Tyranitar looks pretty amazing. It just looks threatening, like you're about to die. Aqua Jet here is a good play because Tyranitar naturally outspeeds Azumarill. Oh, good lord, that does a lot of damage. I was not expecting that. I thought Tyranitar was more beefy than that, but I guess at +2, Azumarill is still going to do a lot. This Dragon Dance is a great play though because between Burn and Sandstorm, Azumarill is not going to survive this turn. And now we got a +1/+1 Tyranitar. If it carries Earthquake, I bet it'll finish off Aggron. Yep. I wonder if it's going to be enough with Filter. Oh, just barely. That's how bulky Mega Aggron is, people. Especially a non-stab attack with Filter, which reduces damage from super effective attacks, if you didn't know. Lives just long enough to finish off Tyranitar, although he stands no chance against Excadrill. He didn't show Mold Breaker as an ability, so it's gotta be Sand Rush, unless he's running Sand Force for some reason. So normally, Garchomp is faster, but with Sand Rush, he outpaces Garchomp, but does a lot of damage with Earthquake. Outrage is an interesting choice. Maybe he thought, oh, that just still does a lot of damage. Might be Bandit even. Not sure. I would have Earthquaked there personally. So Excadrill lives to Outrage, finishes off Garchomp, loses his speed boost in the sand. Or without the sand, rather. So now, green-based Tyranitar comes in and sets the sand right back up. So Excadrill is going to be really fast, and I don't think Tyranitar can take this hit. Not at all. Excadrill is powerful. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Whew. Wow. That surprised me. Well, Tyranitar just living that hit. But Salamence, much faster than Tyranitar, easily finishes it off with his Dragon Claw. So congrats to LightningSphere. Moving on to the semis. Those are the only 2 quarters I'm going to show you just because the other 2 battles, I think I might have written down the wrong battle numbers, or they might have removed them from the internet because I couldn't find them. So I'll be bringing you the semis and the finals soon. Be watching out. It's been Major Bowman. Bye.